Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about grip with you and about a specific question that is very interesting in my opinion and also very important for the grip community. Because let's face it, we are not all created equal, right? Some of us have big hands and others have smaller hands. And the question is whether small-handed people, small-handed men in particular, should also be allowed to certify on the 2 and 2.5, because right now it's only possible for women to do so. Men have to step up and have to close the 3, 3.5 and 4, which are of course harder to close. Now you could argue that Iron Mind thought about the fact that women are on average weaker than men, which is true, and therefore they gave women also the opportunity to join the grip community by lowering their certification standards for women, so that they only have to close to the 2 and 2.5. And if they want, of course, they can also go higher, right? But if you start with grip and you start training grippers, you will immediately see that it's not so much about your overall strength, but more about the size of the hand. Because if you have shorter fingers, for example, or your overall hand is a bit shorter, you really cannot grab the front handle of the gripper so easily. And if you can't grab it easily, it really takes a lot of effort to set the gripper then and hold it there in the position. Because, for example, if I take the 1.5 or the COC number 2, I barely touch it with my fingertips. So it's very hard for me to set it and to hold it there in this position. It really takes a lot of strength out of me, and therefore it's so hard for me to close it. Whereas if I had longer fingers, I could easily grab the front handle of the gripper and pull it from there, right? So it makes sense to think about a rule where small-handed men with 6 inches, for example, like me, are also allowed to certify on the COC number 2 or 2.5. And I think that's also very important for the long time encouragement and motivation. Because let's face it, guys, we all know if you want to proceed in grippers, it takes time. It's not something that comes from now to tomorrow, for example. No, it's something that you need to work on for months and for years to actually get to the level of the COC number 3, where you are able to close it and then get your certification. And I mean, it really wouldn't change anything, because if Iron Mind, for example, said, okay, you can also certify on the 2 and 2.5, what would this, for example, change? I mean, the guys who closed the COC number 3 and 3.5 or the number 4 even would still have more fame than I have, right? But it would give me motivation to continue my gripper training, and yeah, it would also pull a lot of people into grip, because grip is not really that famous as a sport. I mean, it's famous, or it's famous for us because we are interested in it. But most of the people do not even know what grip sports are about. So that's also a great way, for example, to pull people into grip. But please let me know what you think about this topic. And yeah, please comment, share this video, like it, and subscribe if you haven't. See ya.